It's time for the rubber match here at Bluefield as the Rams take on Thomas More for the series finale. Hello, everybody. Bailey Engel on the call for you here on a Sunday. We're glad to have you with us for Game 3. Now, unfortunately, we couldn't be here for the doubleheader yesterday, but Bluefield and Thomas More split. So here today in Game number 3, the lefty Nathan Presbot on the mound. He deals a first pitch, swung on, cracked on the ground over to Torres. Rifles to first, not in time. It was off. As Bailey Martin legs it out, we're going to have to wait to see how that one is called. And we will give that an infield hit for Bailey Martin, the second baseman. So not the best start, one pitch, one hit, but the Rams still trying to double up here. Interestingly enough, that entire baseball series we had last week, the Rams against Ohio Christian, there was not one double play. Now trying to do that here against Thomas More with Mike Newsom to the plate. Third baseman, then we'll see Tyler Flick, the center fielder, followed by Matt Wellbrock batting in cleanup, the catcher for Thomas More. Bryce Ziegler batting fifth. As Martin takes a healthy lead off of first base, the lefty deals, and it's a pitch inside for ball one. One ball, no strikes, no outs, a runner at first. As we continue the lineup, batting sixth, the shortstop Chase Keller. Nick Moore, the first baseman, batting seventh. Brady Reynolds bats eighth and plays in left field for Thomas More. And then Noah Weingartner, the right fielder, closes out the Thomas More lineup. Here's the 1-0 showing bunt, lays it down. A hard one first base side into no man's land perfectly as Wayne Butler overcompensated. And the ball rolled to his right. So both men on. A couple of infield hits as the Saints have dinked and dunked their way to having a couple of base runners on. We'll see Tyler Flick. In the field for Bluefield College, Ozzie Millette, who pulled his hamstring last week, back in the lineup for Bluefield College, playing at third base. Shortstop Carlos Torres also dealing with injuries back in the middle of the infield. Wayne Butler playing at second, and Edgardo Bernard playing in the infield grass over at first base. And left field, Elijah Lewis gets the start for Mike White's Bluefield College team. Pepe Napoleon in center, and Andreas Holzer closing out the outfield in right field. First pitch to the righty, Tyler Flick, incoming. Here it is. Swinging a foul tip, gloved by the catcher Curbelo. And there's the first strike of the ball game. No balls, one strike. Also the battery of Presbot and Curbelo. Two men aboard, no outs, still in the top of the first here at Bluefield College. 335 down the line, at historic Bowen Field. About 390 deep center. 380 in the power alley, 0-1. Swinging a line drive to left field, base hit. Playing off one hop Lewis, and he fumbled it, has to throw it back in, and hits Ozzie Millette on target. So 3 straight singles off of Presbot to open up this ball game. Rams lost the second game of the doubleheader, but they won the first one on a walk-off single from Carlos Torres. And a bit of a hole here. Bases loaded, no outs to start out this game. As we continue, Wellbrock, the catcher, stands in on the right side. Thomas More in the black jerseys with the blue numbers on the back with the gray pants to go with it. Rams in those camouflage Desert Storm jerseys with the red, white, and blue numbers on the back. The pitch. Breaking ball drops in for a strike, and the lefty is up 0-1. Rams also with the red caps today. Sporting the jerseys that luckily we know what most of these Rams look like because they are impossible to read down the third baseline. Here's the 0-1. Breaks on the top right corner, 0-2. Good pitch from Presbot. A little bit off speed there. Bases loaded, full of Saints. Thomas More at third, Thomas Moore's Bailey Martin at third. Mike Newsom at second. Tyler Flick at first base. With the bases loaded, no outs. Nathan Presbot up in an 0-2 count. It's a sign from Curbelo. He's ready for the pitch. Shoulder shrug. Presbot deals. Check swing. Got him looking. There's a big first out. Now with the bases staying loaded, Rams really want to turn that double play if they're able to here. Bryce Ziegler to the plate. With the bases loaded, now 1 out, a very important out. Ziegler crowding the plate on the right side. We've seen all righties so far. Presbot has the ball behind his thigh. Long look into Curbelo. Nobody's leading off, and time is called. Presbot with a long look in. The starter comes set. Big lead at third. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt. Curbelo lost it. Big lead off at third. Curbelo chases everybody back down. And that pitch must have had some junk on it, though, because it's a wicked cut and a miss from Ziegler. Makes it 0-1. So for Nathan Presbot, coming into this game, 0-1 with a 4.85 ERA across 13 innings pitched, 12 hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned with 15 walks and 20 strikeouts. Make that 21 strikeouts after he fanned Wellbrook. Big lead at third for Bailey Martin, 0-1. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Notched the second strike of the at-bat, makes it 0-2. 3 hits already. 2 of them in the infield. Tyler Flick serving it out to left field. He stays at first base. Bryce Ziegler, the DH, on the right side. Presbot, shoulder shrug pitch. Just a bit outside, almost got him. So Ziegler lays off. Inaugural ball of the at-bat. Bluefield at 5-5 at the moment, trying to find their 6th win of the season, a series win at home. And Thomas More just 2-6 to begin the 2020 campaign. Another shoulder shrug. Bases loaded, 1-2. Fouled back to the screen, and it'll keep us at 1-2. Sun peeking out over center field. Got this one started at 1. Initially had it scheduled for 12 p.m., but glad to have you an hour in the afternoon. So Bryce Ziegler digs back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded with 1 gone. Presbot fires away. Swinging a ground ball, first base side. Can't scoop it. Edgardo Bernard, and runs will score. Bailey Martin trots in. Here comes Mike Newsom, and now it's 2-0 Thomas More. Tyler Flick only got to second base. That was a very tough play for Edgardo Bernard. He was way off of the bag, but likely could have scooped that if he played it correctly. So it'll be an E3 that allows Ziegler to get on. And here comes Chase Keller, the shortstop, already 2-0 in favor of the Saints. Pitch. Swinging a high fly deep to center field. Pepe Napoleon skates back towards the scoreboard and makes the catch. Tagging up Ziegler, he gets to third base. Tyler Flick. Now runners on the corners. There are 2 gone after Keller is retired. Well, that'll bring up Nick Moore for Thomas More, the 7th batter for the Saints so far. Slight wind blowing in. Presbot giving up 3 hits so far. It's kind of like what we saw out of him in the last game against Ohio Christian. Got off to a bit of a rough start, and then in the middle of the game really started to deal. So just trying to improve here today. 2 outs, 2-0 the score. Thomas More leads. High kick and the pitch. Breaking ball buried low for ball 1. Runners on the corners, 2-0. Ziegler at first base. Tyler Flick advanced to third. 1 ball, no strikes. Presbot has the ball in the glove, looks home, and fires. Good fastball right down the middle. Evens up the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 gone. Presbot looks off the runner at first. He goes. Breaking ball is high. Curbelo throws down to second. Butler, it's in the dirt, and the runner comes in to score. Bluefield baited into that. Wayne Butler dropped the ball, couldn't throw it back to first in time to get Ziegler. And now the score 3-0. Tough breaks for Bluefield. Presbot looking at first. There's just one man on now. Here's the 2-1. Hit in the air, shallow center. Napoleon chases up, waves off everybody else, and makes the catch for the final out. 3-run score, though, for the Saints. Rams coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning. Welcome into the bottom of the first inning. It is now 3-0 in favor of the Thomas More Saints in the series finale. All of those runs in the first inning unearned as Howes is ready to deliver. First pitch to Torres. He swings and cracks it out to center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Torres rounding first, sprinting on to second base, relaying the ball in, and Carlos Torres is in with a first pitch stand-up double. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for Bluefield College. Is now Edgardo Bernard comes up to the plate. So Edgardo Bernard steps up for Bluefield. Carlos Torres missing that bat last week. Bernard steps up with a .333 average. 1 home run, 1 RBI as the first baseman looks at it down the middle, strike 1. So for Bluefield, we will see Ozzie Millette batting next, the third baseman, followed by Joseph Cardona, the designated hitter for Bluefield. Howes checks off the runner at second as Carlos Torres takes a lead. And Bernard takes a cut, fouls it off the end of the bat. Makes the count 0-2. Bit of a break for the Rams with an extra base hit. With it being as cold as it has been hard for the ball to travel here at Bowen Field. Warming up a little bit, though. See if that can help the Rams and a few warning track balls at least in this series. Ready for the 0-2. Bernard looks at it outside, 1-2. So the lefty in a 1-2 count with a runner in scoring position, no outs. And the Rams down 3-0. Slightly Torres, 1-2, swung on, slung down the left field line, and he couldn't find it in the sky. Drops for a base hit. Carlos Torres only advances one base, though, and Bluefield has runners on the corners. Brady Reynolds was shading his eyes, probably could have stepped up to get that ball, but let him drop in front of him. Rams will take it, though, a double and a single to start out the ball game for Bluefield College in the bottom of the first, trying to put their stamp on the scoreboard with Ozzie Millette here. Ozzie's hitting well this year so far, 382, 4 homers, a team-leading 11 RBIs. He's tied with Andreas Holzer in that category. Had 4 home runs in that opening weekend down against Ed Waters in Jacksonville. As Millette swings and blasts it down the left field line, a base hit. Carlos Torres comes in to score, and the hit party continues with Ozzie Millette. It's 3-1. Garner Bernard goes over to third. Rams have their first run of the game. So it's Joseph Cardona to the plate. RBI single etched into the books for Ozzie Millette. Long look at second, no outs as Howes deals. Swung on, a bouncer over to second base. Glove, no, he kicked it. Goes into the deeper end of the infield, and now everyone is safe with the bases loaded. There is an E4 that allows Cardona to get on, and the inning continues 3-1. Bluefield trails by 2, but the base is loaded now for Bluefield College's former leadoff man last week, Andreas Holzer. So the right fielder steps up for Bluefield. 11 RBIs and a big chance to knock in some more here and possibly tie the game or take the lead. No outs so far as that pitch is a breaking ball inside, ball 1. Bottom of the first inning, 3-1 the score. Pepe Napoleon on deck for Bluefield, the center fielder. Ready for the 1-0. High, but called a strike. Holzer trying to improve upon his .333 average. No homers, 11 RBIs. Does have 3 doubles this year. Looking around at the 1-1. Fouled away, back to the screen, makes it 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, bases loaded. Rams down by 2 runs to the Saints. Howes the righty. Backs off. Ready to come back to the mound. Coming set. The pitch. Holzer swings and drives it center field on his way back to the warning track, makes the catch. Tagging is Bernard, and now it's a 1-run game. So it's a sacrifice. Holzer put a charge into that one. Not good enough to get out, but good enough to give him his 12th RBI of the season, and now Bluefield is within 1 run. Importantly for Thomas Moore, that is the first out of the bottom of the first. Millette moves over to third. Cardona stays put at first base, and Pepe Napoleon steps up for Bluefield. Tying run at third. Rams gave up 3 unearned runs in that first inning. Now here we are in the bottom of the first, and Pepe Napoleon is ready. Howes delivers. Change up right down the plate. Napoleon, .273 hitter this year. Bit of a slow start, no home runs, 7 RBIs. The guy with a lot of potential. Center fielder awaits. Runners on the corners. The pitch. High fastball outside, 1-1. Long look, the pitch. Breaks a bit outside, and Napoleon is up in a batter's count at 2-1. Well, Brock giving the signs to Howes. Two one. Swung on, hard hit ground ball, but foul down the third baseline. So Napoleon takes his first cut of the at-bat, got a piece of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on the corners. Howes coming set. Millette could tie the game from third. 2-2. In the dirt, kept in front by Wellbrock. And now it's a full count, first full count of the game. We saw in that top of the first inning that Thomas Moore swung very early in the counts. And the first pitch of the game was hit for a single. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone. 3-2 the score, 3-2 the count. Payoff. Outside, ball 4. Bases loaded. Cardona advances to second. Millette stays put at third base. First walk of the game, and that brings us to our 7th batter. Comes Lewis. Elijah Lewis for Bluefield College into the lineup. Hitting .273 on the season. It's the 5th game he has started for Bluefield College in a very big position now with the bases loaded and 1 gone in the bottom of the first. Both teams have been able to load up the bases offensively in the first inning. 1 home run for Lewis this year. That's his lone RBI. Knock a few more in here as he swings and misses at the first pitch. Count rises to 0-1. The Thomas More University Saints. Ready to come set. 0-1. High chopper and foul down the third baseline. No balls, 2 strikes. Lewis trying to break the game open in the bottom of the first. Down by 1. The pitch. Swing and a bouncer. Up the middle, base hit. Millette scores to tie the game. Here comes Cardona. Throw to the plate. Cut off, and Bluefield leads. Throw to second. Lewis is out. So it's a 2 RBI single for Lewis. And then I guess you can score that as an 8-1-4 to get him out. Napoleon over to third. But Millette and Cardona both score, and it's 4-3 Bluefield. There's a couple of RBIs for Lewis. That brings up the catcher, George Curbelo. Runner at third with 2 gone. The pitch, he pops it up foul on a high fastball. Wellbrock chases and runs out of real estate, and that ball hits the top of the concession stand. Makes the count 0-1 here at Bowen Field. Series finale, both teams looking for a series clinching win. Would be big for Thomas More. They only have 2 wins on this season. One of them was yesterday. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, a breaking ball inside. Count goes to 1-1. Apparently saying the word series is enough to fire up your iPhone. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 gone. Here's the pitch. It's inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Welcome you in here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield College just now taking the lead on a 2 RBI single from Elijah Lewis. Ready for the 2-1 from Howes. Swinging a hard hit ground ball towards the middle, scoots through for a base hit. Napoleon trots home to score, and it's 5-3 Bluefield. There's an RBI for Curbelo. And the Rams have their 9th batter up, Wayne Butler. So now we'll see a quick trip to the mound to talk this one over with Howes. 5-3 the score, Rams leading by 2. Well, it's been a big weekend for Bluefield College sports. We have had events every day for now 5 days in a row. 3 days of men's volleyball and basketball yesterday and baseball. Unfortunately, we couldn't cover it, but now we're here on the series finale. Women's basketball picked up their last win of the season. And the last game of the season, unfortunately for Bluefield College men's basketball, lost in a thriller to Columbia International on Senior Day. Softball did pick up a couple of wins, or at least one win yesterday, split a doubleheader down in Columbia. And the Rams currently playing 1 or 2 games today at 1-3, so playing right now, and another one coming up right after that. Here's Wayne Butler, the second baseman for Bluefield College. Butler looks at a breaking pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Second baseman for Bluefield currently hitting .280 on the year. No home runs, 6 RBIs in this very young season. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a shot down the line, foul left field side. So 5-3 the score. Inning started out with a double from Carlos Torres, then a single from Bernard, RBI single from Ozzie Millette. Cardona got on with an E4. Holzer advanced a run home on a sacrifice fly with the bases loaded. And Napoleon was walked as that pitch hits in the dirt, able to advance over to second. Is he there? No, he's out. George Curbelo thrown out by Wellbrock, and the inning is finally over. 5-3, Bluefield leads after 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning. We're going to be right back with more Nathan Presbot on the mound for the Rams when we come back. Ready for the top of the second. 8-9-1 due up against Nathan Presbot, with the Rams leading 5-3 over the visiting Thomas More Saints here at Bowen Field. Presbot allowed 3 runs. They were all unearned in that first inning. As the lefty deals a high chopper, third base side, Millette fields, rifles onto first in time. We have our first out of the top of the second. Well, it took 4 batters to get the first out of the top of the first, so definitely an improvement for Bluefield College as Noah Weingartner steps up, the right fielder. Our rare lefty in the lineup. Weingartner wearing number 3 in that black jersey. Rams put up 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning, so now they lead by 2. Presbot deals. It's a good fastball on the outer portion of the plate for strike 1. Really nice day here in Bluefield considering we're playing baseball in February. Not icy cold as it was 2 days ago. Ready for the 0-1. Outer corner again. Good pitch placed by Presbot. No balls, 2 strikes. So Presbot trying to get into a bit of a rhythm here. The New York native looks into Curbelo, and he deals. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Nathan Presbot. 2 gone in the top of the second as we flip the lineup card on over to Bailey Martin. He singled to open up the game. Over to short, Carlos Torres with a throw. A bit offline to Edgardo Bernard, but that was a tough enough play to make that deep in the hole anyway. So he's 1 for 1 with a run scored. 2 gone. Presbot with a long step back, and he fires again. There's a breaking ball. Boy, Presbot is littering the strike zone right now, which is possibly why we saw 3 hits in the first inning, but well, he's getting into a rhythm. Ready for the 0-1. Swinging a line drive, right field, base hit into the corner. Holzer chasing it all the way to the warning track. Martin rounding first. He's on to second with a 2-out double. So the tying run steps up to the plate for Thomas Moore. 4th hit of the ball game for the Saints already. Trying to find a way to have a happy trip back to Kentucky. Series finale, rubber match. It looks like this one's going to be a shootout. Big lead at second for Bailey Martin. Pitch to Newsom. Fouled back to the screen. Count rises to 0-1. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, or if you're in the area, come on out to the Bluefield College Coaches Show at Applebee's at 7 p.m. We're going to have Mike White leading off the show, followed by Drew Bailey, the head coach of softball here at the college, and then Lexi Harmon, the pitcher for Bluefield College softball. 0-1. Bid high, evens up at 1-1. We're trying to figure out if we can get a baseball player guest on there as well. But remember, if you're a student listening, you have a valid student ID, come on out to Applebee's. 10% off with a valid student ID. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Mike Newsom 1 for 1 with a single. Bunted his way on his last time. Here's the 1-1. Newsom looks at it high and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wonder what we're going to get at Applebee's tomorrow. Feeling a good Spanish artichoke dip with maybe some microwaved mozzarella sticks. Two balls, 1 strike, and 2 gone. Swinging a shot down the left field line, and it hits the warning track. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 gone. Five-3 the score with 2 outs. Presbot being deliberate with a runner in scoring position. 2-2, runner goes, swing and a foul tip. It was just smashed by Curbelo in the dirt rather than caught. He could have sold that. Now Bailey Martin has to go back to second base. Keeps the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind's starting to hum in. Ready for the 2-2 pitch again. Presbot checks off Martin. Another look at the runner. Fires away, high and inside. Newsom had to limbo out of the way. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Couple of practice swings for Newsom. 5-3, Rams trying to get out of this top of the second unscathed. Presbot retired the first two batters relatively easily, but then gave up a double down the right field line to Bailey Martin. That's where he currently stands at second base. Here's the payoff pitch. Swinging another looping ball into center. Napoleon is there and makes the grab with a runner left at second base. Rams retire the Thomas More Saints without giving up a run. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning, and it's 5-3 Bluefield. Wayne Butler up to the plate, and Bluefield College leads 5-3. Butler left at home plate after Curbelo was caught stealing in the second. Looks at a first pitch low, ball 1-0. We'll see Butler, Torres, and Bernard with Bluefield leading by 2. Ready for the 1-0 to the second baseman from Jordan Howes. High and outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Series finale here at Bowen Field. Rams looking for their first home series win of the season after dropping 2 games to Ohio Christian last week. Ready for the 2-0. It's inside and low. 3 balls, no strikes. Saints opened up the game scoring 3 unearned runs off of Presbot, then 5 for Bluefield in the bottom of the first inning. 3-0 to Butler. Down the pipe, strike 1. Another great day for baseball, closing out our 5-day homestand of Bluefield College Athletics events. Here's a 3-1. Swing and a ground ball over to second. Martin had to stuff it in the dirt for just a moment, threw it back over to first in time. There's a 4-3 into the books as we go back to the top of the lineup, and Carlos Torres, young man from Puerto Rico, steps in on the right side. Doubled in the first inning, came around to score. It was on the first pitch of the bottom of the first. Here we are in the bottom of the second. Pitch goes in the dirt, ball 1. House tried to bury it, and it's 1-0. Spring sports now in full tilt. Also a decent week for a few other sports. That pitch goes inside. Rams wrestling finished 4th at the AAC Championships in Beckley yesterday. Two balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul tip, bouncing off the mid of Wellbrock. Goes to 2-1. Also had our first ever track meet, or finished off our first track season indoor. Quan Ebron, an all-conference high jumper for Bluefield College. 2-1. Swinging a well-hit ball, left center field, drops for another base hit. Carlos Torres takes a healthy round at first, and he will stay there, and he is 2 for 2 with a double and a single. That'll bring up Edgardo Bernard for Bluefield College. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Strike one. Bernard singled his last time up. Came around to score. Now in an 0-1 count with the Rams leading 5-3. 1 out. Slight lead for Carlos Torres. 0-1, and the lefty fouls it off his body. Makes it 0-2. So far, Jordan Howes has surrendered 5 runs, 5 hits. Also walked one batter in Lennon Napoleon. Looks at the runner, 0-2. Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another long look, 1-2, fouled back. After that one hits the awning, we're now in a 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 runner on, a 5-3 lead for Bluefield College. Torres on with a single at first base, small lead. Pitch, hit him. 2-man aboard for Bluefield College. After Howes loses that batter, Edgardo Bernard gets a free base. Ozzie Millette, RBI single and scored a run back in the first inning. Trying to add to another productive day for Bluefield College. Rams lead by 2. Ozzie Millette with 4 home runs this year. Steps to the plate. First pitch. Let chopper third base side, gloved and then dropped. Everyone is safe after Millette beats out the throw. Said that a bit early as Ozzie Millette was a bit close down at first. Solid play by Newsom. Call that a hit for Millette. He hit it deep enough into that 5-6 hole. Edgardo Bernard moves to second, Torres to third. Bases loaded, 1 out for Joseph Cardona. Designated hitter batting left-handed. Has that shin guard on the leading foot. The pitch. Called a strike and a delayed one at that. Breaking ball foul on the outside corner, strike 1. Cardona hitting under the Mendoza line this year at 190. Trying to change that in limited at-bats. Here's the 0-1. High and away. Lots of power for Cardona. Does have a little bit of potential for Bluefield. Trying to open this one up. They're already up by 2. It's 5-3. Bases loaded, 1-1. Cardona goes chasing. Out a piece of that pitch, but it was high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, bases loaded of Rams. Carlos Torres at third, Bernard at second, and Ozzie Millette closing it out at first base. Cardona steps off, comes back in. Ready to come set. Howes delivers. Breaking ball outside, just a bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just 1 gone. Rams started out this game being down 3-0. They have since then ignited the bats. Howes takes another look, 2-2, swinging a hard hit ground ball right to first. Toss to second in time. Throw back to first. And they call interference on Ozzie Millette. So it is a double play, and the Rams go into the dugout, still leading 5-3. Need some clarification on that one, but Millette called out for interference. Welcome back, everybody. We're in the top of the third now. Rams called out in a double play to end the bottom of the second inning. So here we are in the top of the third with Tyler Flick coming up to the plate. The center fielder, 3-4-5 due up against Nathan Presbot with the Rams leading by 2 runs. Presbot deals to Flick. Check swing. It's in the dirt, ball 1. Center fielder got on with a single his last time up and ended up scoring. Well, Presbot surrendering those 3 runs, all unearned in that first inning. Steps back and pitches 1-0. Just below the knees, 2 balls, no strikes. Presbot trying to get into a rhythm here, 2-0. Swinging a chopper left side, straight to Carlos Torres. Gloves, throws, in time, 1 away. Rams with a great effort from Nathan Presbot in the second inning allowed Thomas Moore not to score in the second after scoring 3 in the first. Matt Welbrock steps up. Went down with a backwards K in the first inning. Welbrock awaits the pitch. Tying away to the righty. Ball 1. Now, the reminder, folks, come on out to the Bluefield College Coaches Show tomorrow at 7 p.m. at Applebee's. And I have Mike White, the head coach of Bluefield College Baseball, on. A couple of softball guests, Drew Bailey and Lexi Harmon, 1-0. Swinging a high fly ball deep to center field. Napoleon tracks back and makes the catch for out number 2. That was a well-struck baseball. And Pepe Napoleon was able to find it. So already 2 gone. Second straight inning where Presbot has retired the first 2 batters. We'll see Bryce Ziegler had a ball right in between Wayne Butler and Edgardo Bernard. He gloved it, and it popped out right at the last second. So he got on with an E3 his last time up. So he's 0 for 1. Pitch to Ziegler. Watches it low, but called a strike. Breaking ball just hitting in the zone at 0-1. Steps back, the 0-1. That's inside. Evens up the count at 1-1. Other than that, Pretty slow week in Bluefield College sports after 5 straight days of home events. Here's the 1-1. It was all the way to the screen. That flew over Curbelo. Rams taking a break from the confines here at Bowen Field. But still trying to find a series win. The 2-run lead, Presbot trying to defend that. 2 balls, 1 strike. With 2 gone, here's the pitch to the righty. Perfect pitch, strike 2. Breaking ball that dropped right over the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Bryce Ziegler, the designated hitter, 0 for 1. Nobody on, Presbot ready. Here we go with a 2-2. Swing and a miss, it's dropped. Curbelo lays down the tag, and the side retired in order. We have played 2.5 here at Bowen Field on to the bottom of the 3rd, and the Rams lead by 2. It's 5-3. Hello, everybody. On to the bottom of the 3rd. 5-3 the score. Jordan Howe still on the mound. He has surrendered 7 hits so far. Bluefield held scoreless in the 2nd inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. They hit into a double play. Here's Andreas Holzer. Ducks out of the way of that first pitch inside, ball 1. Holzer drove in a run on a sacrifice back in the 1st inning. Hit it deep to center field. Now the right fielder awaits. Big hack on the 2nd pitch. Evens the count up at 1-1. We'll see Holzer, Napoleon, and Lewis, all part of the 5, 6, 7 of the lineup for Bluefield. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a hard hit ball on the ground to short. Glove there, throw to first in time. Solid play by Keller. There's 1 gone. Pepe Napoleon, center fielder, scored a run after being walked back in the 1st inning. First pitch to Napoleon, looks at it low, and it's ball 1. Well, Napoleon trying to get over the 300 mark. Lots of times last year where he was hitting cleanup. That pitch is rolled over to shortstop, gloved, and went through him. Keller tried to scoop it, and it went to left field. Napoleon on to second, diving in. He's safe. That's aggressive base running after the E6. So the Rams have a runner in scoring position. Another error for Thomas Moore. That's their 2nd of the game. This moves us on to Elijah Lewis. Had a 2-run single back in the 1st inning with the bases loaded. Tried to extend it into a double and got thrown out. Al's 9 steps off. Pitch. Swinging another crack into left field, stepping back to the warning track, and it plunks off of the base of the wall. Napoleon trots in to score, and Elijah Lewis has another RBI. This time he gets his double. 6-3 Bluefield. Bottom of the third, going swimmingly for the Rams, leading by 3. George Curbelo Jr. to the plate. He singled and then was thrown out at second trying to steal. Left Wayne Butler back at the plate in the first inning. Here we are in the bottom of the third. 1 out. Lewis at second base. Curbelo trying to get his second RBI. First pitch is down the middle for strike 1. Looking at the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Low and in. Curbelo wants to signal over to Lewis that was gloved cleanly by the catcher Wellbrock. So he does not go. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 gone. So Napoleon scores. That'll be unearned. Howell steps off. I'm going to a couple of dirt clouds onto the pitcher's mound. Curbelo looks at second. Takes another look and pitches. Ground ball, third base side, and foul. Rises the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's 1 gone here at Bowen Field. Can't wait till it gets a little bit warmer. The students will be a little bit more encouraged to make the trip out to Bowen, see their fellow Rams play. Boy, last week when Ohio Christian was here, they must have brought a fan bus or something. I mean, I'd imagine that where they're from in Ohio is not very close to here, and they traveled so well. Here's the 1-2. And the dirt rolls behind Wellbrock, and Lewis advances to third on a wild pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Catcher in Curbelo with now a deep enough fly ball. That'll score a run. 6-3 the score. Rams lead by 3. Sun poking out on the right field side. 2-2. Inside and high, ball 3. So a full count with a runner on the corner. I have to imagine that Thomas Moore will be thinking about warming up someone at this point. If they have anybody left. 8 hits already. Rams are just in the bottom of the third inning. Long gaze at the catcher. Payoff. High and outside, ball 4, and the Rams have runners on the corners. Second walk issued by Howes. And I think this might be it for Howes. Runners on the corners, 1 gone. Howes taking a look, and we have a new pitcher coming in for the Saints. Rams lead by 3. We're in the bottom of the third. Runners on the corners and 1 out. We'll take a break and tell you who this pitcher is right after this. Well, guess what, fans? There's not a 38 on the roster for Thomas More because that's something that can happen. One out and runners on the corners. So we're going to guess that this guy is Jackson Hall. That's the closest number to 38 is a 36. So Jackson Hall is on the mound. Howes' day is done after 2 1/3 innings. Wayne Butler at the plate. That goes on the outside corner for strike one. Butler is 0 for 1, grounded out to open up the bottom of the second inning. All on the mound. Looking in with runners on the corner, 6-3 Bluefield leads. Long nod, and the pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. And actually, I think this is Austin Hoa. That's in the dirt. Here comes the runner, and Bluefield takes a 7-3 lead after the wild pitch. Lewis sliding in to score. Curbelo to second. It's a 2-1 count to Butler. And Elijah Irvin actually on to run for Curbelo. He's in at second base. So it's a 7-3 game. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the third. Pitch to Butler. Check swing, it's in the dirt. Did he go? No. 3 balls, 1 strike. So Hoa, the sophomore, standing at 6'3", 225. Looks 3-1. High chopper, second base side. Martin's there, throws to first, and now there are 2 gone. Meanwhile, that moves Irvin over to third base. Second time Butler is grounded out to second base today. Now we go back to the top of the lineup. Carlos Torres, a triple and a homer away from the cycle. So we have an update on who the pitcher is. It is Drew Hockman. Hockman is ready. Pitch. Popped up foul behind home plate. Wellbrock tosses the catcher's mask and makes the catch at the warning track. So that ends the bottom of the third. Rams score a couple of runs on 1 hit and 1 error and leave 1 on base. It's 7-3 Bluefield as we head to the 4th. Welcome back, everybody. Rams lead now 7-3, 5 runs in the first and then 2 more in the bottom of the third inning. Here we are in the top of the 4th, though. Chase Keller, the shortstop, up against Nathan Presbot, still on the mound. Deals a first pitch high fastball, ball 1. Keller flew out to center field his last time up, all the way back in the first inning. All 3 runs that the Saints have scored unearned against the lefty pitcher for Bluefield College. Ready for the 1-0. Ground ball smoked down the third base side. And foul. Evens up the count at 1-1. Keller, Moore, and Brady Reynolds. All of them 0 for 1. Nathan Presbot, after giving up a first pitch single, then a bunt, allowed Newsom to get on, and Tyler Flick got on with a single as well. Presbot has really settled in. Ready for the 1-1. Called a strike. Decent frame job by Curbelo. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Keller steps back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the 4th. Presbot hesitates and pitches. Check swing. Did he go? Yes. Another strikeout for Nathan Presbot. 4 Ks in the books. Nick Moore, the first baseman, flew out to center his last time up as well. That ended the top of the first inning, a very productive inning for Thomas More, where they sent 7 batters to the plate. Since then, they've only been able to send 4, as that one is popped up foul behind home plate, out of play. No balls, 1 strike. First 1-2-3 inning of the game was back in the top of the 3rd. Presbot able to retire Flick, Wellbrock, and Ziegler all in order. Oh, 1. Drops in. Curbelo couldn't frame that one up. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Presbot with the wind blowing. Pitches. Cut on and missed. Strike 2. Curbelo up in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's got his teammates barking behind him. Spotted skies overhead, and the wind blowing to the left of Presbot. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Steps off. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 gone. Presbot fires again. It's in the dirt. Count is at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ball in the glove. Long look in. Nick Moore trying to battle at 2-2. Pitch to the first baseman. Chopper third base side and foul. Two and 2 for Bluefield College's Nathan Presbot on the mound. Lefty in a battle here with Moore. Moore chopping the bat behind his blue helmet. Another 2-2. Waited on it, bounces over to second. Wayne Butler confidently scoops it up and throws to first. 2 gone. 6 in a row retired by Presbot at the moment, trying to make it 7. Brady Reynolds stepping up to the dish for Thomas Moore. 7-3 the score. Rams lead by 4. First pitch shows bunt. It's a hard one down the third baseline. Millette scoops, throws. 1, 2, 3. Top of the 4th inning. Presbot is dealing, and the Rams are fielding confidently at the diamond here at Bowen Field. Ready for the bottom of the 4th, and the Rams lead 7-3. Edgardo Bernard leads off the bottom of the fourth for Bluefield College. It is now 7-3. Drew Huffman is on the mound. Bernard 1 for 1, hit by a pitch by Howes his last time up. Huffman wearing number 38 today, but he's number 47 on the Thomas More roster. Edgardo Bernard pops that one down the first baseline on a bunt attempt foul. 6'3 junior, that is 275 from Hamilton, Ohio. No balls, 1 strike. Edgardo Bernard leads off the 2-3-4 end of the lineup for Bluefield College. Some chance from the dugout. Let's go E. Here's the 0-1. He swings and hits it high in the air. Left field side, Brady Reynolds has a beat on it near the foul line and makes the catch for the first out of the bottom of the fourth. Well, Bernard just got under that one. Ozzie Millette up to the plate. Huffman looks, deals to the third baseman, and Millette looks at it high for ball 1. Millette drove in a run back in the first inning, got on with a single in the second, and was called out on interference that inevitably started a double play in the bottom of the second. 1-0. Swinging a shot down the left field line, and once again fair for Ozzie Millette, using that pull power. 3 singles on the day for Millette. And that is Bluefield College's 9th hit. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning. On to Joseph Cardona. Looks like we might have a new guy in. Trey Martin up, batting in the place of Cardona. Looks like it's going to be as clean switch as the DH. First pitch. Martin swings and bounces it up the middle. Kicked over to second. Did he get it in time? Yes. So Martin let it hit off the chest. It rolled perfectly to Keller, and Keller picked up the ball and gloved it right before Millette slid in safely. So Martin's on with a fielder's choice now, 2 outs, bottom of the fourth. 7-3, Bluefield leads by 4. Swinging a hard hit ball, left field, back to the warning track, and that one is out of here. Home run for Andreas Holzer. A 2-run shot makes it 9-3, Bluefield in the bottom of the fourth inning. And boy, that one got out of here in an absolute hurry. Martin scores 9-3, a 6-run lead for Bluefield College. And for Holzer, that's his first home run of the season. Senior from Maryland makes it 9-3. 10th hit for Bluefield College. Ready for the 1-0 to Napoleon. Tries to golf that one, got a piece of it. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 2. Huffman giving up a shot. Here's the 2-1. Napoleon fouls it away. First base side. And that one hits the batting facility. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. I think that might be one of the first times today for either team that a right-handed batter has been late. I've not seen that many foul balls go to the first base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch to Napoleon. Grounds it foul going into the Thomas More dugout on the third base side. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth, and the Rams lead by 6. Huffman looks into his black glove. Steps for a 2-2. Fouls it off again. Napoleon fights it off in the netting right on top of the Bluefield College dugout, first base end. So working here in a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Another 2-2. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Gets behind Wellbrock, and Napoleon will get to first base pretty confidently there. So it's a strikeout for Huffman, but Napoleon goes to first. That'll bring up Elijah Lewis. Elijah Lewis, a single and a double, 3 RBIs and a run scored today. Huffman nods and fires. Swinging a foul ball right off of the body of Wellbrock, and it is strike 1. So far, the Rams have scored 2 runs in this 4th inning off of the home run of Andreas Holzer. It's his first of the year. And for Holzer, 3 RBIs in this game. Oh, 1 inside. And the dirt bounces away from Lewis, and that actually hit him. So just got him in the cleat, and now there are 2 men aboard. 10 hits for Bluefield College so far. And that'll bring up Curbelo. 9-3 the score. Rams lead by 6. Bottom of the 4th inning. Curbelo up to the dish for Bluefield College. Walked his last time up. 2 outs. Huffman got the first 2 outs relatively quickly. Since then, giving up a home run, a strikeout on a pitch in the dirt, and Lewis hit by a pitch. As Curbelo looks at that one high, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. 2 men aboard for Bluefield. The 1-0. Swinging a slow roller left side. Charging up Keller. Throws to first. In the dirt. And he is safe. A good scoop by Moore, though. As Napoleon moves over to third. Lewis on to second. Curbelo on with an infield single. 11th hit of the game. And Irvin will run for Curbelo. Bases loaded. Remember, the mercy rule could be in effect with a swing of the bat here. Have to get to the 7th inning, though. 10 runs by 7 innings. Wayne Butler, 8th batter of this inning. Bottom of the 4th, 2 gone. Bases loaded of Rams. Pitch to Butler. Swinging a hot shot over to short. Moore tags the bag at second. Or excuse me, that's Keller, and the side retired. 9-3 the score. Rams lead by 6 after 4. We're on to the 5th. and Bluefield confidently leads. Noah Weingartner leads off the top of the fifth. It's 9-3 with Bluefield College leading by 6. Presbot's still on the mound. Showing bunt, and it's a bit high. Ball 1. Weingartner, Bailey Martin, and Mike Newsom all due up. Five runs for the Rams in the first inning. That really set the tone as that one is looped foul left side out of play for the lefty. Ball and a strike, no outs. The Weingartner struck out swinging back in the second inning. He's one of the 4 strikeouts for Nathan Presbot, who allowed 3 runs in the first inning, but they were unearned. 1-1. Outside and low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rams at 5-5. Thomas Moore 2-6. Trying to get over 500 today with a series win. 2-1. Down the middle, strike 1. Strike 2, actually. 2 balls, 2 strikes. After that foul ball, Weingartner in a 2-2 count. Got a 2-2 with no outs. The leadoff man, Weingartner, steps out. Right fielder digs back in on the left-handed side. Another 2-2. Fouled off, bouncing right behind Curbelo. Mike White goes to get it. Well, Mike White will be a guest on the Bluefield College Coaches Show tomorrow. 15th season head coach. Going to be on at the Applebee's on Commerce Drive. The only one in Bluefield. Head on down. 7 o'clock, 10% off if you have a student ID. And for a 2-2. And the dirt, ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes. Presbot got up on Weingartner early. Ready to come set with a payoff. Fouls it off. Third base side, bouncing in the dugout, and kicks out down the left field line for Thomas Moore. Weingartner battling with a couple of foul balls here. He's been a little late on a few of these pitches. Another payoff pitch. Once again, scorch foul. I'll go into the concourse. Three balls, two strikes. Been late on these pitches. Starting out the top of the fifth with the sun coming down and starting to heat this one up. Staying at 3-2. Another 3-2. High and inside, and Weingartner earns himself a walk. That is the first issued walk today by Nathan Presbot. That broke the streak of 7 straight retired by Presbot. Now we go back to the top of the lineup, and Bailey Martin, a single and a double with a run scored. Leadoff man doubled back in the second inning with 2 outs and was left there. Pitch, fouls it off, bouncing on the third base side right behind him. Count goes to 0-1. Martin Ware, number 20, has that left foot, that leading foot, basically on home plate. So we stopped the game to make sure everyone's in the dugout at the right portion, because that seems important. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Runner at first in Weingartner. Presbot deals. It's a high fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Only has allowed 4 hits so far. That's the first walk Presbot's issued today. Junior from Queens, New York, and a transfer from Monroe Community College. Pitch, and it's high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Few of these pitches have sailed a bit high for Presbot as of late. Ready to go with a 2-1. Pitch, ground ball, shortstop side, through the gap, base hit. Right in between Millette and Torres. Weingartner moves to second. And Virginia, we're here at this baseball game in Virginia. Bailey Martin moves over to first. A single, Bailey Martin. Runners at second and first with no outs. Bring up Mike Newsom. Went around, it's strike 1. Trying to go on a bunt attempt to advance both runners into scoring position. Stepping back to the plate, Newsom, a single and a run scored back in the first inning. Flew out to center to end the top of the second. No outs, 2 men aboard. Corner infielders playing in. Newsom looks at that pitch inside, evens it up at 1-1. Ball and a strike. One. It's high. Curbelo throws to second. Nobody's there. But it hit the runner, and that saved it. Oh, my goodness. So Curbelo pegs Bailey Martin. Wayne Butler had not covered, and if that did not hit the runner, that's going into center, and runs are going to score. So Bailey Martin is on at second. Weingartner moves to third. No outs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike, no outs. Just in the top of the 5th inning. 9-3 and a time called. Mike Newsom steps out. Base hit could make this a 4-run game. Now a 2-1. Hit in the air, right field. Holzer skates to the right, makes the catch. Weingartner tags, throw to the plate, cut off, and it's a sacrifice fly to make it 9-4. So Newsom brings in a run. And now for Thomas More within 5 runs. Rams have their first out at the top of the 5th inning and brings up Tyler Flick. Flick 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. The pitch. Looks at it outside, ball 1. Runner at third, and Bailey Martin advanced on the sacrifice. That brought home Weingartner. 1-0. Line drive, left field, base hit. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Trotting home is Bailey Martin. On to second. Tyler Flick with an RBI double, and now it is a 4-run game. Matt Wellbrock trying to keep this thing going for Thomas More. That's their 6th hit of the game. 9-5 the score. Steps out and comes back in. Pitch. And it's low. Curbelo bats it in the dirt, and Flick stays at second base. All of a sudden, a 4-run game. You have to look back at bases loaded in the bottom of the 4th inning. And, well, for Butler, even with those 2 outs there, it's a big situation to try to hit into to drive in a few runs. As Thomas Huddleston comes out to talk with the junior pitcher, trying to settle him down for just a moment. Just 1 out. This is the 5th batter of the inning. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. So at 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Runner at second base. Well, Brock ready to check in. Still talking about this with the third base umpire. Catcher's 0 for 2 today. The sun peeking behind the shade. We have hit a standstill after Huddleston has gone into the dugout. One ball, no strikes. And time is called. Brings us to another big stop. Swellbrock digs back in. I mean, he called time before the first pitch. The at-bat. Count at 1-0. In the dirt, Curbelo keeps it in front. And Tyler Flick stays at second base. Already one gone. Runner at second. Bit of a rally here for Thomas Moore. Pickoff attempt. It's low, and Butler gloves it. Long look at second. Presbot fires away. It's high and outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Rams do have a couple of arms tossing in the pen, and it might be time. And Presbot, I mean, was just peppering the strike zone in the first 4 innings, almost to a fault. Now a lot of these fastballs have been sailing high and away. Runner at second, a 3-0. Outside and low, ball 4. Second walk of the inning. There's just one out. Tyler Flick stays at second. Huddleston out. I think this might be it for Presbot. And it is. That's it for Nathan Presbot through 4 1/3. We will see a new Bluefield College Ram into the ball game as the Rams lead by 4. It's 9-5 in the top of the 5th. Ben Kaufman is now on the mound. We are in the top of the 5th inning. 2 runs have scored for Thomas More. It's 9-5, and now we'll see Bryce Ziegler to the plate. So just 1 out, 9-5, a 4-run lead for Bluefield. They led 9-3 going into the inning. As Kaufman, the lefty, deals, and it's fouled away on a bunt attempt from Ziegler. Flick is on at second with an RBI double. Matt Wellbrock walked in 4 straight pitches. So the day done for Presbot. 4 strikeouts so far, 5 runs. Only 2 of them earned on 6 hits. And he had a couple of walks. Kaufman, the tall lefty, checks, showing bunt. It's dropped low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trying to advance both of those runners in scoring position. Tying run potentially on deck. The bases are loaded up here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kaufman on the season for Bluefield, a 5.40 ERA. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts for the Pennsylvania native. Corner infielders playing in to field the bunt. Pitch to Ziegler. It's inside and low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Counted 2-1 with 1 out. The pitch. Ground ball foul, third base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Four-run lead for the Rams in jeopardy here. Kaufman in the shade now, checks the runners and deals, both of them going. 2-2, swing and a miss. Curbelo throws to second, tag, not in time. So couldn't get a strike him out, throw him out, but Kaufman gets the job done and fans Ziegler, who had to swing away on that hit and run. That is frustrating to the Thomas More staff. 2 gone. Now both runners in scoring position. Chase Keller is 0 for 2. Shortstop to the plate, crowding it on the top of the 2nd, right side. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball over to short. Torres fields, throws, scooped, off of the bag. So a runner scores. It's 9-6 after Flick comes in. Wellbrock to third. And Keller is on at first. And it's an E6. There's another run given up by the pitcher in Presbot. So now it is 9-6. All of a sudden we have a 3-run game. Game is stopped to a halt. The umpire wants to make sure Carlos Torres is all right. Torres shakes off the trainer. Now to Nick Moore. 2 outs. 9-6. Already 17 combined hits in this one. Top of the 5th. Three-run lead for Bluefield, holding on to that. Tying run at the plate, runner goes. Pitch down the middle, throw to third, and why would you do that? It sails into left field. Runner scores, it's 9-7. Here comes Keller onto home plate. He is in. It's a 1-run game. That's tough for Bluefield. Curbelo tried to throw out the runner at third base. Wellbrock got back in time of the pitch, or the throw was way to the left. Both runners came in to score. It's 9-8. 1-run game. Bluefield led by 6 going into this inning. Nick Moore with no ducks on the pond. Here's the 1-0. Swings and fouls it off. Evens up the count at 1-1. Nine, 8. Series finale turned it out to be a big-time shootout. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss at a low pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Moore flew out to center, grounded out to second his last time up. He is the 8th batter of this inning. Ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Keeps it at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch. Inside and low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Kaufman trying to fight his way through this disaster of an inning for Bluefield College. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now the offer, high and away, ball 3. It's a payoff. Fouled away. Threw out the hands. That's a good 2-strike swing. And Moore stays there, the first baseman. Inning started off with a walk to Weingartner, then a single to Bailey Martin. A sacrifice brought home the first runner, and Weingartner. Tyler Flick drove in a run. 5 runs in the 5th. Another payoff. Into the air, left field. Holzer looks in the sunny sky, runs towards the line, and makes the catch. And that is actually Lewis, but the side retired anyway. 5 runs scoring. It's a 1-run game. 9-8. Bluefield trying to add a few more insurance runs when we come back in the bottom of the 5th. Austin Hoa is on the mound now, and I'm like 95% sure this time. Sophomore at 6'3", 225. As the Rams lead off the fourth inning. Bottom of the fifth, excuse me. We're going to get this right. Carlos Torres is at the plate. 9-8. 5 runs scored for Thomas More in the top of the fifth. Torres is 2 for 3. As that pitch goes inside. Righty versus righty matchup. 2 balls, no strikes. Top of the lineup for Bluefield. Torres, Bernard, and Ozzie Millette. Torres popped up to the catcher his last time up. Here's the 2-0. In the dirt, ball 3. Five runs, Rams led at 1.9-3. All of a sudden, a 1-run game. 17 combined hits so far, 11 for Bluefield, 6 for Thomas More. 3-0. Down the middle, Hoa gets into the zone. Three balls, 1 strike to the shortstop. The pitch in the dirt, ball 4. Only the 3rd walk of the day issued by a Saints pitcher. They have hit 2 batsmen, though. Edgardo Bernard, one of those. He is 1 for 2, singled in a run scored back in the first inning. Pitch is inside, almost hit him. Well, Brock loves it. Checks down Torres, and now we're going to have our first mound visit. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. One ball, no strikes. Nods and delivers. Bernard looks at it low. 2 balls, no strikes. Hoa is in a bit of a rut here in the first 2 batters he's faced in the bottom of the 5th inning. And it's high and outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Three-0. There's a strike. Cross the knees, gets the customary applause from some of the Thomas More players. 3-1. Torres at first. It's a 1-run game. Swing and a miss. There's a good pitch. Strike 2. That's a full count as Edgardo Bernard is forced to battle. Another payoff. High for ball 4. And the Hoa campaign has started off with a couple of walks in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now we're already going to see a trip to the mound. And the way this is looking, looks like Hoa's day is done. So that's it for him. We're going to see a new pitcher come in for Thomas More. 2 batters, 2 walks, no outs, 2 men on. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ozzie Millette comes up for Bluefield College. Hoa's day done after facing two batters, walking them both. Carlos Torres on at second and Edgardo Bernard at first. Rams lead 9-8. We're in the bottom of the fifth with no outs. Ozzie Millette up against David Armstrong, the 6-foot right-handed pitcher. That one's fouled back on the first pitch, strike one. Millette 3 for 3 with 3 singles, a run scored and an RBI back in the first inning. Count at 0-1 to the third baseman from Miami, Florida. Ready for the 0-1. Inside corner, strike two. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Nine, 8 the score. 2 men aboard, and Armstrong steps off to warn Carlos Torres to get back to second. Here at Bowen Field, Rams opened up the game trailing 3-0, then scored 9 unanswered runs, then 5 for the Thomas More Saints in that last inning. Bouncer up the middle, fielded at second, tag there, throw to first, in time. A double play, and that is a huge one. Bernard retired. That'll bring up Trey Martin for Bluefield College. He's 0 for 1. Scored a run in the 4th inning, got on with a fielder's choice. Rams scored 5 runs in the first, 2 in the third, 2 more in the 4th. Here we are in the bottom of the 5th. Runner at third, and Carlos Torres. Rams only leading by 1 as Martin looks at it outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Pitch, high and away. Count at 2-0. Now the pitch. Swung on, grounded to second. Tough hop Martin stays with it. Throw to first in time. So after a promising start to the bottom of the 5th, Armstrong comes in and gets the job done. We go to the 6th inning. It's a 1-run game still. 9-8 Bluefield up by 1. Top of the sixth, new pitcher on the mound for Bluefield College. It's Colton Bachler, the right-handed pitcher. Coming in for Kaufman. Bachler with an 11.91 ERA, 11 and a third innings pitched, 22 hits, 19 runs, 15 earned, 9 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Brady Reynolds, the 8th hitter in the lineup, steps up, and that pitch is low for ball 1. Rams led 9-3 going into the 5th inning, and then 5-run surge in the top of the 5th for Thomas Moore has brought them back within 1 run. Here's the pitch. Called a strike, 1-1. So we'll see Reynolds, the left fielder currently, Weingartner, the right fielder, who got that long 5th inning started, and then Bailey Martin, who has reached on hits 3 times today, 3 for 3. Bachler deals. Ground ball, third base side, straight to Millette, goes down to a knee, throws to first. Got him. I have no idea what the umpire just said right there. Okay, it was on the exchange when the ball was dropped. Therefore, it is still an out. Thanks to Meredith Throckmorton, our camera person today. So there is a 5-3 in the books. Noah Weingartner, the 9th batter in the lineup, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored as he flies that one foul over our press box and out of play. Count goes to 0-1. 1 out, starting to heat up a little bit at Bowen Field. 9-8. So far, we have seen 17 combined hits, 11 for Bluefield, 6 for the Saints. Yet it's still a 1-run game. 0-1. Just a bit inside on the lefty. Count evens up at 1-1. Rams are 5-5. Thomas Moore 2-6. This would be Bluefield College's first series win at home if they're able to win today. Here's the 1-1. High and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. Outside corner, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. I'm set, looking at home. Here's the pitch from Bachler. Fought off, third base side and foul. So Weingartner in a 2-2 count, 1 out. Nobody's on for the Saints. They won the 2nd game of the doubleheader yesterday in that 7-inning contest, now trying to pull off a series win to bring back home to Kentucky. Two. Outside, ball 3. Now full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. This is a very dinged-up Rams team. They can pull out some sort of win today, a series win. It's a huge, huge victory. That pitch hits the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Weingartner had already tossed the bat away. Now he's got to follow it into the dugout. 2 gone as we head back to the top of the lineup with Bailey Martin. 9-8. It is a 1-run game. At the top of the 6th here at Bowen. Martin, a single, a double, another single. 2 runs scored. The pitch, right down the pipe, watched it for a strike. It's in the dirt. Evens up the count at 1-1. Swinging a shot left field. That's dropping for a base hit. Couple of rollers to the wall as Lewis gloves it down in the dirt. And Bailey Martin, what a day. He's 4 for 4. 2 doubles, 2 singles. Rams holding on to that 1-run lead. Tying run is at second base. Mike Newsom. 1 for 2 with a sacrifice. Swing and a miss. Oh, 1, and it's high. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Runner at second could tie the game. It's 9-8. Ball and a strike. Just 2 outs is Bachler in his first inning of work. Pitches to Newsom, swinging a foul tip. And now Thomas Moore down to their final strike in the 6th inning. Ready for the 1-2 from Bachler. Martin with a double. Big lead at second base. Ready for the pitch. Outside, throw to third, over the glove of Millette, and here comes Bailey Martin. The game is tied. Oh boy, the last 3 runs have scored on throwdowns to third base. All tied up at 9-9, 6 unanswered runs for Thomas Moore. Two outs, a 2-2 count. 4 errors for Bluefield College. The pitch, swinging a looper to left, base hit. Newsom on, the 2-out single. Tyler Flick steps up. He's reached a couple of times, 2 for 3. Now 19 hits. Bachler delivers. Flick looks at it high. Go-ahead run at first base. The 1-0. Once again, it's high. 2 balls, no strikes. Tough go of it for Bluefield College in these last few innings. Trying to get a pickoff now to Pickle. Newsom on to second base. Tag applied. He is out. Rams finally get out of that top of the 6th inning. And the bottom of the 6th ensues in a tied 9-9 game. Andreas Holzer trying to break out of this 9-9 game. Armstrong is on the mound. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Holzer has a 2-run homer. I was back in the 4th inning. Here we are in the 6th. Since then, 6 unanswered runs for Thomas More as Holzer hits that one in the air, deep end of the infield, in the middle, stepping back, and the catch is made by Martin, the second baseman. 1 pitch, 1 out. Armstrong came in. 2 men had already been walked by Hoa to start out the 5th inning, the bottom of the 5th, and then he forced a couple of ground outs. Here's the pitch. It's outside. One 0. Check swing for Napoleon. Did he go? No, he held up. 2 balls, no strikes. I don't think the Thomas More crowd was excited about that one. Here's a 2-0. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Outside on a 3-0. It's ball 4, and Napoleon is on. Elijah Lewis to the plate. Go ahead run at first base. Bottom of the 6th. Pitch. Big cut and a miss. A healthy swing. And it's strike 1. Rams looking for their first run since the 4th inning. And that doesn't seem obviously like that long ago. I mean, we're only in the bottom of the 6th, but in that span, 6 unanswered runs by Thomas More. 0-1 is high, evens it up at 1-1. Pitch. Down the middle. Evens or makes it go to 1-2. Fouled off. Ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first. Pitch to Lewis. Swinging a ground ball. Left side. Snagged at third. Throw to second. On to first. A 5-4-3 double play. Newsom turning it so easily. And the Rams go scoreless in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're on to the 7th. Tied up 9-9. Tyler Flick leads off against Bachler. Three, 4, 5, and a 9-9 game in the top of the 7th inning. First pitch, and Flick sends it out to left field over the hop of Hazy Millette, and now the go-ahead run is on for Thomas More. What a rally for the Saints. 6 unanswered runs. They have tied it up at 9-9. The pitch shows bunt, lays it down. Third base side, rolls just a bit foul. Count it 0-1. Matt Wellbrock 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored back in the 5th inning. Pickoff attempt. Well, Bachler already sent Newsom out on a pickoff that got him into a rundown. 9 hits on the day for Thomas More. Just in the top of the 7th inning. Another pickoff attempt. And he is safe. Top of the 7th, no outs. Led off the inning with a single from Flick. That is his 3rd hit of the day. A 1. Shows bunt, rolls it foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Got it 0-2. Well, these Bluefield pitchers trying to maneuver through this lineup that has caught fire since the top of the 5th inning. Another pickoff attempt is slow. I mean, Flick is most likely going to take off. And unfortunately for the Rams, 3 runs have scored. The last 3 have scored on throwdowns to third. Big lead for Flick. The pitch, it's high. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another pickoff attempt, and you guessed it, just a bit late. Stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He got him. Base is occupied. That's a huge strikeout as Wellbrock goes into the dugout. Got a pinch hitter in now for Thomas More. Pickoff attempt at first, not in time. Dylan Dover's spike into the game. Lefty at 189 from Verona, Kentucky. Over spike, hits it in the air to center. Napoleon has a beat on and makes the catch for the second out. And Flick stays at first base. So we'll see Chase Keller. So here's Keller up to the plate with a runner at first base in a 9-9 game, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Pickoff attempt, not in time. Oh, Bachler is keeping Flick honest over at first base. A pitch. Swinging a batted ball on the ground. Millette gloves, throws to first in time. Stretch time in Bluefield. Thomas Moore leaves a runner on that could have taken the lead, but it stays 9-9 onto the bottom of the 7th. Armstrong is still on the mound. We're on to the bottom of the 7th in a 9-9 game. Curbelo, the catcher, looks at a first pitch inside, ball 1. Rams have not scored since the 4th inning. They were retired on a 5-4-3 double play to end the 6th inning. 8-9-1 due up against Armstrong. Right-handed pitcher, 1-0. Big cut and a miss. Staying tied in a 9-9 game. Trying to break it here. Rams looking for a series win. Would be their first of the year at home. Steps out of the glove, the 1-1. It's a little soft roller, and Armstrong kicks it to the first base side. Has to quickly underhand it, and does. So a 1-3, and that'll bring up Wayne Butler. Rams led at 1.9 to 3, 6 unanswered runs. The last 3 coming on throw downs to third. At least botched ones, I should say. First pitch to Butler. Switch hitter looks at it low. Or excuse me, the right-handed hitter. 1-0, high and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. One out. Armstrong looks in. Pitch. It's low again. Wellbrock could not frame that up. 3 balls, no strikes with 1 out. Carlos Torres on deck for Bluefield with a 3-0. It's in the dirt, and Wayne Butler walks. Had a little pep in his step after that one hit the dirt. But he will not try to go to second base. Once again, folks, tomorrow, listen in to Mike White on the Bluefield College Coaches Show at Applebee's at 7 p.m. That goes outside, ball 1. Right now, making the executive decision on whether to record it and upload it after, or I believe what we might do, might be able to stream it, but the internet at Applebee's has been a little spotty. But either way, if you're a student, want to head on over, 7 p.m., 10% off your meal with the student ID. Now a quick mound visit. 9-9 the score, 1-0 is the count with 1 out. One 0. Down the middle, strike 1. Evens it up at 1-1 to Carlos Torres. 9-9 the score. Shortstop, can he break this big tie here in the bottom of the 7th? And a tie. Two and 1 count. Carlos Torres up. 1 away with Butler on at first. The pitch. In the dirt, Butler stays at first with Wellbrock kicking it down the first base side. 3 balls, 1 strike. Home plate umpire calls time to wipe off the dish. Now just moving along at a glacial pace here, but a very important inning with 1 out. Rams unfortunately have hit into a couple of double plays in these last couple of innings. 3-1. Torres swings and grounds at third base side. Throw to first in time. So that moves Butler into scoring position. So Torres with a productive out. Edgardo Bernard with a base hit can break the tie. The pitch. High but called a strike. Ready for the 0-1. Swinging a foul ball, grounded down the first baseline towards the dugout. Bernard quickly down 0-2. 2 outs. Count stays at 0-2. Stepping off. 0-2. Outside, ball one. Ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Bernard with a runner in scoring position. Base hit can make it 10-9. Armstrong trying to fight him off with 2 outs. The pitch, high and away. Throw down to second. Butler slides in. That hit him. Rolls into right field. Nobody was covering. That throw was a little bit harder. Butler moves to third base. As it would have sailed into center field. Bernard, a single hit by a pitch. He was walked his last at bat back in the 5th. 1-4-2 today. Also flew out to left field. Sun is blazing in. Armstrong checks on the runner. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him, and that is it for the 7th inning. Rams leave the go-ahead runner in a scoring position. We head to the 8th. It's 9-9. Leading off the 8th, it'll be Nick Moore, 9-9. First baseman, the 7-8-9 due up against Bachler. Bachler with a couple of decent innings. Gave up a single to start out the 7th and then retired the next 3 as that one is hit to deep left and foul down the line. Put a charge into that one. Nick Moore is 0 for 3. Matter of fact, the entire 7-8-9 is hitless, but Noah Weingartner walked back in the 5th inning. That sparked that big comeback by Thomas Moore. It was 9-3 going into the 5th inning. Here we are in the 8th, and it's 9-9. The pitch, swinging a slow rolling ground ball, third base side. Millette charges, bare hands, throws to first. Scoop goes over Bernard onto the warning track behind him. And now Moore is on in scoring position. So it's an error that allows him to get there, and now we will see a pinch runner come in. They got number 4 running out there for Thomas Moore. That's Cooper Daniels. So Daniels on at second base, and Brady Reynolds with a chance to knock him in to keep this comeback going for Thomas Moore. But Cade Bachler, and there's not much you can do about that. That ball was just perfectly hit over to Millette on just such a slow ball, and Millette had to scoop it up. Throw was low, got away from Bernard. Pickoff attempt. Pretty close. Daniels Backs up. Top of the 8th inning, tied up at 9-9. Ready to check it. Second, the pitch, showing bunt, pops it up. Third base side and bounces to the dugout. Brady Reynolds, 0-1 count. No balls, 1 strike. Checking at second, here's the pitch, showing bunt, pulls back. It's a fastball on the outside corner. Makes it 0-2. In a game with 20 combined hits, 18 combined runs, we are all even at 9-9. And 7 errors total in this game as well. 5 committed by Bluefield. Another pickoff attempt sails into center field, and Napoleon was there to back it up. Series finale, tied up at 9-9. Bluefield and Thomas More. Daniels, a big lead at second. Bachler tried to pick him off at least 2 or 3 times. Time called at the plate by Brady Reynolds. Counted 0-2. Checks second, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Bachler. Only 1 gone with a runner at second base that could take the lead. Bottom of the lineup, Weingartner. 9-9 the score. Millette playing up at third base. Checks on the runner at second. Weingartner waits. A check swing and a high one. Did he go? No. That's ball 1. Pitch. Weingartner hits it on the left side. Torres boots it, throws to first, scoops away from Bernard, and now Thomas More has taken the lead. Weingartner on with an error. And now Thomas More leads by 1. 7 unanswered runs for Thomas More. It was 9-3. Now we go back to the top of the lineup with Bailey Martin, who's 4 for 4 today. Well, that's been tough for Bluefield. And there's no hits in this inning for Thomas More. They've scored a run. There's 1 out off of the strikeout for Bachler. Martin, a single, a double, a single, a double. 3 runs scored. Swing and a miss, pitch in the dirt. Curbelo watches it roll down the first base side, got it quickly, and that keeps Weingartner over at second. 10 runs for Thomas More in this game. Off of 9 hits, Bluefield has committed 6 errors. Another pickoff attempt, not in time. Sun's starting to set a little bit. Bluefield College is going to have to figure out how to offensively get some firepower here. They have not scored in 3 consecutive innings after hanging 9 on the board unanswered. It's the 0-1. Inside corner, strike 2. Hockler taking his time, just the ball in his hand. Covering second, the 0-2. In the dirt, Martin throws it forward. Now he'll just eat it as Weingartner advances to third on the wild pitch. It's actually a stolen base as Weingartner was already taking off. Ball and 2 strikes. 1 out. Infield in for Bluefield College. Bailey Martin. To get a hold of this one, it's a 5-for-5 day for the second baseman. Back of the mound. Big lead at third, the 1-2. Martin sends it down the left field line and foul. Bit early on that, keeps it at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. One out. Bailey Martin. Already leading by 1, the 2-2. Swings and lifts it to left center field. He's 5 for 5. 11-9 the score as Martin rolls to second base. What a game for the second baseman. 3rd double of the game for Bailey Martin. He has his first RBI of the ball game as well. It's 11-9, which extends the rally to 8 unanswered runs. Mike Newsome up. Rams only trail by 2. Do have an arm warming up in the pen. Pickoff attempt. Nope. 21 combined hits, 8 combined errors, 6 for Bluefield College, including a couple in this inning. First pitch, Newsome fouls it back. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Newsome with a couple of singles today as well. Thomas More, this would be a huge series win for them as well. I mean, they've only won 2 games. 2-6 to begin the season. What a confidence boost this would be for the Saints. Fouls it off, keeps it at 0-2. Runner in scoring position. It's 11-9 in favor of Thomas More. Just one out, the 1-2. Hit in the air, center field. Napoleon has to race for it and makes the catch as he dives down. Whips it back into the infield. Ozzie Millette gets it on a bounce. And that keeps the runner over at second base. A great play by Pepe Napoleon. Newsom retired for finally the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Tyler Flick. Flick, another guy with a 3-base hit day. Singled his last time up in the 7th inning off of Bachler, and that was Bachler's best inning of work. I mean, gave up the single and then retired the next 3 guys. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Pitch in the dirt. Curbelo finds it right behind him. Tyler Flick in a 1-1 count. Bachler throws. Popped up. Right side, shallow right field. Holter steps in with 2 outs and gloves it. And that is it for the top of the 8th. But the damage is done. A couple of runs on a few errors and just 1 base hit. 11-9 the score. Thomas More leads by 2. Murky is now on the mound for Thomas More, trying to defend a 2-run lead. It's 11-9 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Ozzie Millette leads it off. 8 runs unanswered for Thomas More in this one. 3-4-5 due up as Millette looks at it down the middle. Strike 1. Millette has 3 singles today. 3 of Bluefield's 11 hits. Thomas More now with 10, but they've been able to propel forward thanks to the 6 errors committed by Bluefield. Here's the 0-1. Goes a bit outside, evens the count at 1-1. Ready for the 1-1. Fouled back, 1-2. Ozzie Millette waits in a 1-2 hold. 3-4-5 due up for Bluefield with Martin on deck. Ready for the 1-2. Fights it off, foul, first base side, and looping out of play. Pitch. Fouls it off again to the screen. Mitch Mearkeep. Ball and 2 strikes. The offer. Fouls it off again. Hits the green cement wall right behind home plate as the backstop. Hour number 3 of this contest. Bottom of the 8th. Pitch. Hits it in the air to center field. Drops for a base hit. Ozzie Millette with a lead-off single in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's the last hit for Bluefield, or the first hit for Bluefield since the 4th inning. We are in the bottom of the 8th. Trey Martin to the plate, trying to keep a rally going. He represents a potential tying run. First pitch to him is outside. One ball, no strikes. Fouls it off, 1-1. Owen Field getting warmer. Rams believe a little bit. Only down by 2 with a runner at first base and no outs. Got him on the corner there. Martin down 1-2. Martin awaits again, the Tennessee native. The 1-2, cut on and missed. Strike 3, keeps Millette at first base. Andreas Holzer up to the plate now. Holzer shoots it foul, first base side. Oh, the sun blazing in. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 11-9. Rams down by 2. Holzer already hit a home run today. Here's the 0-1. Grounder, shortstop, on to second for 1. To first, 6-4-3 double play. Double plays have been killing Bluefield here in the series finale. We're ready for the 9th inning. Thomas More leads by 2. Aaron Hash is on the mound for Bluefield College. We're ready for the top of the ninth. Matt Welbrock to lead it off. It's 11-9. Swinging a ground ball, third base side foul. So we'll see Welbrock, Ziegler, and Keller. Bachler's day is done. Hash is on the mound for Bluefield College. 6.75 ERA, only an inning and a third pitch this year. 5 runs, 4 of them earned, or 5 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned. Here's the 0-1. Swinging another chopper over to third and foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Welbrock, kind of rare for Thomas More today. He is hitless. 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored back in the 5th. That was the big 5th inning for Thomas More where they scored 5 runs. Able to get within 1, and then they tied it up in the 6th, and then 2 more in the 8th. That has propelled them forward in an 11-9 lead. 0-2. Outside for ball 1. Series finale at Bowen Field. Top of the 9th inning. Hash, can he retire the catcher here? 1-2. Swing and a miss. Yes, he can. Welbrock has struck it out 3 times today. That'll bring up Overspike. Dover Spike to the plate, trying to add on to this 11-9 lead. Pitch outside and low, ball 1. Thanks to all of you that have tuned in this pretty long baseball game. You can expect that with so many hits, but so many errors as well. 1-0 in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out with nobody on. Rams trying to send the 6, 7, 8 to the plate in the bottom of the 9th. Napoleon due up to lead off as that pitch hits the outside corner. There's strike 1, 2-1. Shade starting to take up some of center field, but we are almost all the way in the sun. 2-1. Low and away, 3-1. Dover Spike being pretty deliberate at the plate. Hasn't chased anything. The 3-1. Swinging a ground ball, first base side, a stab by Bernard, tags the bag, 2 outs. Chase Keller. Can they ignite a 2-out rally to put this one out of reach for Bluefield? Only down by 2, 11-9. And it's high. You know, when I said earlier that it was rare that one of these guys for Thomas More would have a hitless day, it's actually not as rare. 5 of the 11 hits are from one player, or the 5 of the 10 hits, as that one is swung on and missed, 1-1. Bailey Martin is 5 for 5 today. Chase Keller 0 for 3, reached on an error in the 5th inning and scored. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning. Here's the 1-1. Count goes to 2-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Hash on the mound for the first time here in this game and trying to close out the 9th. Give Bluefield a fighting chance in the bottom half of it. 2-1. Got on a miss and a high fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 6, 7, 8 awaiting for Bluefield. Down by 2 runs. The 2-2 from Ash. Swing and a miss, he got him. Retired the side in order, and we are ready for the bottom of the 9th inning. 11-9, final chance for Bluefield when we come back. Bottom of the ninth for Bluefield. Lennon Napoleon leads off against Merricky, and it's the pitch. The first one goes low. 11-9, 8 unanswered runs for Thomas More. They take the lead, or they took the lead back in the 8th. The 1-0. Down the middle, 1-1. We'll see Napoleon for Bluefield, as well as Lewis and Curbelo. Ready for the 1-1. Watch down the plate again. Napoleon waiting on something. Ball and 2 strikes. Merricky starts the motion, the pitch. Outside and low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rams did win in a walk-off yesterday in the first game. Can they channel some of that magic here? 2-2. Inside, got him on the corner. Backwards K. Napoleon did not swing in that at-bat. Elijah Lewis with 1 out. Lewis doubled home a run back in the 3rd inning. Since then, has been hit by a pitch and then hit into a double play. First pitch, watch for his strike. The 0-1. Swinging a pop-up in the infield. Martin, the second baseman, makes the catch. 2 gone. Rams are down to their final out. George Curbelo comes up. Two for 3 with a walk. Rams need to score 2 to tie, 3 to win. 11-9, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. Merricky, the righty to the righty. Down the middle, strike 1. Thomas More can feel it. Rams led at one point in this game 9-3. Quick pitch, 0-1. Mid high. Ball to strike. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a hard hit ball to center field on the way back. Flick, he makes the catch, and Thomas More has won the game. What a comeback for the Saints, down 9-3, and they end up winning this one 11-9. That ends our game. Bluefield falls to 5-6 on the season. Thomas More improves to 3-6. Have a happy Sunday, everybody. Reminding you the final score. Bluefield drops this one 11-9.